Okay, for like the 10 of you watching who bought a Wii U like myself, a game you probably have fond memories of would be this.
Super Mario Maker!
Super Mario Maker was a big deal when it came out, allowing you to create your own Mario levels seamlessly on the gamepad and play other people's levels online, while also being with personality. Overall, just a great game. And while they did make a sequel for the Switch, there were a couple things missing from the original that hampered it.
But where's your personality? Where's your charisma?
Obviously no gamepad hurt when making levels, but power-up wise, one thing I think was sorely missed was this. The Mystery Mushroom would allow Mario to transform into a variety of different characters from across the Mario universe. Like look, boom, he's Waluigi now. However, using amiibos, it expanded beyond this, allowing for characters like Link, Pikachu, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Kix. You can't forget about Kix. However, beyond these more obvious Nintendo characters is where this power-up gets weird. Like Wii Fit Trainer makes sense that an amiibo goes in Smash, but were many people clamoring to be the balance board? I don't know about that. So that's what I'll be doing, go over what I consider to be some of the stranger inclusions for costumes in this game. Please leave a like and subscribe so one day this beautiful power-up may return and for more videos like this. Now then, let's begin. So from the list of costumes you can pick, a decent handful are just versions of Mario. There's a costume for him with his modern colors, his arcade colors, him in a cart, different metal forms, as a baby, and so on, you get the point. However, from all the Mario variations, this absolute unit of him is the most interesting. This is Super Mario Kun, and is the protagonist of the Super Mario Kun manga series from CoroCoro Comics, a publication focused mainly on children. The same magazine has also done adaptations of other Nintendo properties such as Splatoon and Pokemon, as well as the mega popular series Doraemon. The series began in the 90s and is still serializing today, with arcs covering a wide variety of games from mainline Mario to spin-offs such as Mario Party and even Donkey Kong Country. Anyways, in 2016, it was the 25th anniversary for the comic series, which is why a special event course and his costume were added to the game. Sticking with magazines, one of the biggest gaming publications in Japan is Famitsu. The video game magazine originally started its publication in 1986 and is still publishing today, writing about gaming news and reviews. Over its history, Famitsu would gain notoriety for its rating scale of games out of 40, with only a handful ever achieving a perfect score. Essentially, they can be described as an IGN or a GameSpot equivalent in Japan, but even older. And the face of this magazine is Neki, a fox mascot character that wears the clothing of popular video game characters. This is what appears in Mario Maker as well, the Neki costume showing the fox wearing Mario's clothing being unlocked once clearing the Yoshi is Awesome event course. Okay, this is the last costume related to a magazine, I swear. However, this is probably the most interesting of the three to me, as it constitutes a character from Shonen Jump. Now, for the non-weebs watching this, Shonen Jump is essentially the big dog when it comes to manga, with many series that could be considered the most popular worldwide all stemming from here. Think of it as the equivalent to their Marvel or DC. And in 2016, a character from their vast catalog would be added as a costume. From a glance, there are a lot of obvious picks, like Goku from Dragon Ball, Luffy from One Piece, and Naruto from, well, Naruto. Instead, the character chosen was, I'm gonna butcher this, Chitoke Kirasaki, one of the leads from the romance series Nisekoi. Now, I get that Nisekoi is popular, and the series ended later that year, so I can see why it was picked as like one last gasp for a promotional push. But man, it feels kind of funny there's an alternative dimension where Mario can canonically transform into Goku, and we missed out on it. The way the costume is unlocked is also a bit weird, as there are two levels, each named after two of the romantic interests in the series. Both levels have two routes, essentially allowing the player to choose the route of their favorite character. However, only Chitoge got a costume, so fuck them I guess, we know who Miyamoto's favorite character was. During the Wii U era, it was well known Nintendo was not doing the best thanks to the poor sales of the console. In order to make up for the constant losses, they needed to make some brand deals to get funds coming in. And those brand deals helped lead to the somewhat infamous Mercedes partnership in Mario Kart 8, allowing players to drive 3 different vehicles from the car manufacturer. This of course included the Mercedes GLA. Seeing Mario and the gang drive around these real-life vehicles always seemed a bit off, but at least it fits in given the fact the game is about kart racing and they are cars. However, this partnership was not just limited to Mario Kart. No, Mercedes would also appear in Mario Maker, with the GLA being a costume along with a special event course. Okay, if you remember the past couple of years, Nintendo released a remake of their classic visual novel series Famicom Detective Club, and as I'm recording this, a new entry was just announced a few days ago. It came out on, would you guess, the Famicom, and was a Japanese exclusive series that were murder mystery visual novels. The remakes from 2021 were the first time the series would appear outside of Japan. Well, not technically. Ayumi Tachibana, a key character across the series, would see cameos in different Nintendo games, such as a trophy in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and, more importantly for this video, she was added as a mystery mushroom costume in Mario Maker. I feel like this costume kinda exemplifies how a lot of the costumes added were mainly to appeal to Nintendo's Japanese audience rather than anywhere else. Cause why else would such a niche character from a Japanese exclusive series get a costume? Speaking of niche Japanese characters, first airing on Japanese television in November 2003, Game Center CX, known as Retro Game Master in different regions, is a gaming variety show that still airs today on TV and YouTube with well over 300 episodes produced. The show is hosted by Japanese comedian Shinya Arino, who is challenged by his producers to complete a variety of games presented to him. There's a bunch of in-show lore, but I'm not going to get into that here, except that Arino gets promoted to different positions and that reflects in his name, i.e. during Season 4 he was promoted to Kacho, or Chief, making him known as Arino Kacho. And it was as Arino Kacho that the host would appear inside Mario Maker, with the costume being a sprite version of the comedian, along with him giving his voice for all the sound clips. Arino also made 3 event courses for the game, with completion of any of them unlocking the costume for use. So, before doing any research, I had a vague memory that Hatsune Miku, the Vocaloid singer, appeared in the game as a skin. And after doing research, that memory turned out to be false. However, I understand why I thought that way, as the game doesn't have Hatsune Miku, but it does have Hatsune Miku at home. This is Yu Ayasaki, a character from the 2013 game The Galaxy Band Brothers P, which is part of the Japan-only music game franchise Jam with the Band. The more notable character from the series is Barbara the Bat, who also got a skin added to the game. Anyways, Yu is a voice actor and singer within the game, while having teal hair similar to the previously mentioned digital singer. An event course was added in 2016 that unlocked a costume upon its completion. Among the highest grossing media franchises in the world, Sanrio's Hello Kitty ranks among the top at nearly $30 billion in revenue. Anything the cat and her friends were slapped on generated money, and Nintendo was thinking the same thing. Desperate for any money at this point in time, Nintendo made a partnership with the owner of Hello Kitty, Sanrio, to feature the titular cat along with another character, Melody, in the game as mystery mushroom costumes. Before continuing, I knew nothing about this character and found 3 pieces of lore I needed to share. First, her real name is not Hello Kitty, but Kitty White, meaning this fictional mascot character needs a stage name for privacy. Second, she's an official ambassador for UNICEF. Why not, honestly? And lastly, the most disappointing information I learned, Kitty White is British, living in the suburbs of London, England.
Is Hello Kitty a cat? So Hello Kitty is not a cat, she's actually a little girl.
I now understand why she doesn't have a mouth, cause having fucked up teeth would hurt her cute aesthetic. Okay, tangent over, back to the game. To unlock the costume of either Kitty or Melody, you need to complete the respective route in the Hello Kitty and My Melody event course. Speaking of the British, another character from the Isles would make an appearance, as Shaun the Sheep would be added to the game. If you have no clue what this is, it's a series of stop-motion animated shorts, usually around 7 to 8 minutes each. The titular character is Shaun, who lives on a farm with a flock of other sheep, initiating hijinks to the chagrin of the sheepdog Bitzer while trying to keep it under wraps from the farmer. Anyways, I thought this might have been a turn with the theatrical movie that was released. However, that released in 2015, and the costume didn't come out until a year later, so I don't know. The collaboration followed the standard formula of being tied in with an event course, with the costume being unlocked after its completion. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to cover in this list, but I believe it's one of the most interesting. So far, there's only been one costume based upon a real person, but Arino at least made some sense of being included since he was the host of a video game television show. You know, there's a reasonable overlap there. This last costume, I'm not so sure. So in April 2016, heavy metal idol group Baby Metal was added to the game. If you have no context for who this group is, Baby Metal is a Japanese idol trio that originally started in 2010 to perform heavy metal music, with the group still being active today. Now, to me personally, this one feels the most random. Maybe there's a big overlap between heavy metal idol fans and Mario fans, who knows. However, I'm not seeing this as a negative because this concept is just hilarious to me. Like, there's a power-up that transforms Mario into a group of real-life Japanese music idols that's just so beautifully absurd saying out loud. The costume consists of the 3 members Su Metal, Mo Metal, and Yui Metal, all being controlled simultaneously as one, being similar to the Paper Jam Trio or Nana and Popo costumes. The band members provided their voice for the costume, with the skin being unlocked after clearing the Metal Resistance event course. These were a bunch of the mystery mushroom transformations I found the most interesting. If you want to know more about any other transformations, the wiki page and all the news forums are in the description. Please leave a comment about your favorite transformation or when you'd like to see in the future if the item ever returned. Again, please like and subscribe. I'm going to try and make these videos a lot more frequent, and with all that said, thanks for watching, Ptok out.